Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Dan the Glassman once again. I'm over here at Cosmic Trading Post. We're over here at 3710 Campus Drive Northeast in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Nob Hill. So check this out. I got an uncle who works over at the newspaper place. He's bringing me all this newspaper. I told him to bring me some newspaper because I'm mixing it into some water and creating this water pulp. Well, this is a different pulp here now. It's got straw in it, mixed with straw. So I got this new idea because I've watched YouTube all the time and I watch too many videos and trying to just get new ideas for alternative building and alternative fuels and stuff like that. So right here we're working with this new alternative energy. It's called paper logs. So what we're doing is we're using the same mixture, the paper pulp. We're ripping up shreds of newspaper, throwing it into the bucket. Then we're going to get some water. We're going to put that in the bucket. We're going to let the newspaper in the water sit for at least a day to 3 days. We're going to get this oatmeal consistency. Well, now I added some of the straw into it. So the straw is actually it's just an experiment right now. What I saw on the videos is that they're mixing different things, wood chips, sawdust, and also leaves. One guy is actually mixing just straight up leaves, raking them up, mixing them with flour and water to create a glue. He's putting them in a compressor and turning them into leaf logs. He's got free fire logs for the rest of the winter. So check this out. I've made this contraption. It's a CD holder. I wrapped some of this screen over it. This is just straight out of a Windows screen. That way I can press some mixture in here. So what I did is I got this paper pulp, mixed it up with some straw. Yeah. So we're going to throw it into here. We're going to throw this mixture into this mold here. And we got it in a big old bucket. We're going to collect all the extra water so we don't waste any water. So, and we're sitting it up against one of my papercrete logs right there. That's one of the papercrete logs I made with the paper pulp mixer. It's just paper and water. 50% of that mixed with 50% of Portland cement or Quikrete. So check this out. I'm basically just throwing this in there. It's like that Monty Python scene where those guys are just slapping mud. There you go. So they're slapping mud in here. And maybe that's what they were doing. They were making some logs, mud logs. I don't know. They were probably just smoking something. But either way, so we got this here. This is all full of water. So we got to press this out. So I got this mold here that I use for my papercrete forms. And I'm just going to use this same thing. I'm going to put all my pressure onto it. I'm going to squeeze out the water. We're just going to go onto each side right here. You want to get a good amount of pressure on there. You want to squeeze all that water out. So this might take a couple tries. So sometimes the paper sticks to the wood a little bit. And it's because it's moist, so just knock it back and forth and knock it off of there. So you can see the difference when I compress one, how much different it goes. So we press out that much, so we'll do that other one as well. And I put the form up against the papercrete, and I also put it up against the side of the bin, so that way when I squeeze this out, if it goes out to the side, it'll hopefully stop right on the form or on the side of the bin. So this bin here is collecting all the excess moisture. Got a bunch of water on the bottom there. And so we're just going to do this a few times and press it out. And I don't know how much pressure you need to put on there, but basically you just get as much of that water out. And then, so basically you get all that water out, and then we flip it over. I'm going to press those out a little bit more, but I'm going to show you what they look like after you. There you go. You press out all the moisture, and then you got these little logs. They're basically just pieces of hay with paper. The water is going to dry out, and you'll be able to use that for paper logs for your fireplace and burning whatever. So there you go. Alternative fuel source with just recycled materials. So reuse, reduce, recycle. Once again, this is Dan the Glassman over at Cosmic Trading Post, Gardenia Glass Studios. Paper.